Hi, welcome Mayur. So, welcome to the ELC's interactive series of the students who are into the top B schools. Here I have Mayur Date today, who's currently studying in IIT Kharagpur, and he has officially completed his 1 year, and he has just started with his summer internship project. So, welcome Mayur. I have
Thank
a
you,
lot
Dan.
of questions to be shared with you, and we want your inputs on these questions. So, should we start?
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. I'll be happy to answer everything.
Thank you. So, Mayur, how has been your routine, your normal curriculum ever since you have started with IIT Kharagpur online batch?
Okay. I have started, the college started in August 2019,
Okay.
2020, I'm sorry. So, the major thing what we witnessed in IT is starting with the 8 a.m. lecture. We missed it. Many students have done their engineering from, a general shift, and they're also working. I also have dropped for a year. So I missed that 8 a.m. lecture, the first lecture of 2 hours. IIT generally has 2 hours lectures. We conduct in on MS Teams for a year right now. So there are around 10 lectures per week, and we have a weekend off. So the system is weekend off system. So 5 days, 10 lectures is around 2 to 3 lectures per day. It is very well managed because some days we have only one lecture and other guest lectures are there. What we have witnessed is a very well managed thing that we at least have one guest lecture per week, at least one. Even it has gone to 2 or 3 per week, and the guest lectures is around 1 to 1.5 hour from industry experts. So that helps us. Alongside that, the day hour we work on our assignments, our quizzes. There are exams per day. I'll explain how evaluation is going on.
Okay.
So quizzes and exams, competitions we are working on.
Okay.
So majorly our days goes with that. Starts with 8, around what 2 to 3 p.m. we have lectures if 3 are there. If not, there are guest lectures to 2 to 3, and after that we are working on assignments mainly. And the most important part, we spend some time with our friends to socialize, because in online mode we are not working in person with them. So we have to take some time out to talk to them, to have informal calls, informal group calls. So that is very important, what I consider. And in this way, generally, the day goes out. The online system has helped us to, save a bit of time. Because in IIT Kharagpur, uh, you are not allowed to use your motorbike. So the campus is huge. From what we have listened from our seniors, we are not privileged to go there in this COVID scenario. But the campus, the lecture halls are around 2.5 kilometers from the hostels, and you have to get on your bicycles and go there. So these times get saved. So it's not that much hectic that compared to our seniors, but it is hectic than other courses we are using, like graduation we have done. But
Okay.
this is majorly our days go like.
All right. How is your batch? I mean, how is the diversification of the batch in terms of the graduation streams or in terms of gender diversity and experience versus non-experienced people?
Okay, explaining the batch majorly, they what I remember the figures as, it is very well diverse batch. It is very well balanced according to the graduation streams. If you consider the core branches like mechanical and production, there is around one fourth of the batch is mechanical and production. Then 20% batch is from electronics and communication stream. Then around 20% again from electrical and instrumentation, and the same is of civil and other as well. The remaining 15% is from electrical and other branches. So we can say it is very well diverse. We can't. It is generally considered that IT is greater for operations, so mechanical and production guys will be there. But that's not the case. What I have seen, and the figures are same as for our batch as well, and the seniors batch as well. It is not a drastic difference in that. So it is very well managed. Apart from their streams, what we consider is what is the work experience they have before coming to the MBA. It is known that we have Vinod Gupta School of Management, that's the name of the school. VGSOM IIT Kharagpur is a bit biased towards higher work. Like we have a very less number of freshers in our batch, but and 11 to 23 months of experience, there is again 50% of the batch is 11 to 23 months of experience.
Okay.
Again, 0 to 11 months of experience in a corporate is generally we consider as fresher only.
Right.
So there is a less number of that. So half of the batch is 0 to 2 years. 2 to 3 years experience is a major chunk. 40% of the batch, around 40%, is 2 to 3 years work experience. And above 3 years work experience are also there. Like 8 to 10% of the batch is above 3 up to 4. There are no one above 4 years work experience in that. And their work experience is also very diversified. Like we have people from work experience having from banking sector, even banking sector, and computers, IT systems, ITES systems, consulting backgrounds, even from huge companies like Deloitte, EY, PwC. Work experience from a core domain like design, R&D, and supply chain from good companies like Nissan, Mahindra, etc. So their work experience is also very well diversified, and that helps us to learning from them. Peer learning is also a very important part of MBA, and we get to learn so much from them because of their diverse work ex.
Right.
Apart from that, if we consider a batch distribution by gender, uh, we have a 98 student batch, and in that around 20 are female candidates.
Okay.
So this is the ratio. We will surely like to work and surely improve that. But right now, this is the case for the
Okay.
batch distribution.
And Mayur, how many IITians normally opt for MBA from IITs again?
There are few, not so many, but there are few that I have also. One of my friend is from IIT Kharagpur. It's himself from
Right.
IIT Kharagpur Civil Engineering. He is doing his IIT MBA from IIT Kharagpur. So there are few, not so much, but there are people from various renowned institutes as well, from like VIT Chennai or IIEST Shipur, which is from Kolkata. NITs, there are a huge chunk of people are from NITs who have done their engineering from NITs. They are doing their MBA from IIT.
Okay. How is your MBA education different from the graduation education that you've experienced so far?
First of all, I'd like to say that I'm a mechanical engineer. I just passed out in 2018. Uh, the major part with where MBA is distinguished from graduation is, I'll say, interaction to the corporate and industry. MBA is very, corporate facing course as compared to graduation. Graduation, we generally get in touch with corporate or industry is during your last year project, and that is also not compulsory that you just do a company sponsored project. People do in-house projects as well. But in MBA, you have to do compulsory summer internship there in a company. Alongside the summer internship, people do optional internships like winter internships and others. Alongside that, people do live projects, corporate competitions, other college competitions, etc. And as I mentioned, that we are interacting with the higher level peoples during guest lectures. We have interacted with the chief executive officers, chief finance officers, vice president of the company, or India head, South Asia head from huge companies like Amazon, Walmart, or Barclays, etc. So it's a great experience for us to, it is a 1.5 hour session, but we get to learn so much from them. Their experiences, they have a lot to offer for us. So this is the major difference from graduation to MBA. And another thing is group tasks. In graduation, there is just the last year project which we do in groups. Other than that, everything is on individual.
Right.
But in MBA, there is rarely some of assignments which are individual.
Okay.
Every assignment, every project, everything you do is in group. Just your exam and your summer internship is individual. So you get to learn a lot from your team. The teamwork, working in teams, taking leaderships, taking initiatives during your teams. This is the major difference where MBA stands out from your graduation.
All right. How is the study pedagogy at IIT?
Uh, as
Valuation process followed.
Okay. Firstly, IIT, VGSOM IIT gives a general management degree. We don't directly mention that you have specialization in any particular stream like HR, finance, or anything. You give a general management degree. Uh, per semester, we have 11 subjects to choose, 22 credits, 2 credits per subject. And then for first semester, we have all core subjects, 11. But from second semester, you start to choose your electives as per your uh, likings. So 2 electives for the second semester and 9 electives for further semesters.
Okay.
So alongside that, a very renowned thing or very standing out thing from IIT is that we have a subject named as LBOC, that is Learning Business Outside Classrooms, in the first semester itself, where you have to interact with industries. It is sort of a mandatory live project which is considered in your curriculum, which have a 2 credit score as well. So you have to do well there. You have to represent your report, and you will get your credit. So it is a compulsory subject. Alongside that, you have AMRP, that is Advanced Management Research Project for second semester, which is again the same. This time, it is not mandatory that you go to industry. You can do your liking project, whatever you want to do in the research field alongside management. Like people do research projects in supply chain, marketing, finance, etc., which is again a 2 credit course, which is very good thing for us. This year, for online mode, IIT Kharagpur has chosen to be in the continuous evaluation mode. We don't have a midterm or end term examination for the last 2 semesters. We are using continual evaluation, and it works in a way that faculties have given complete autonomy to choose how they want to evaluate the students. Some of the faculties conduct quizzes uh, per week, or every week after their lecture has done, small quizzes, 10 to 15-minute quizzes, and consider their marks for the final evaluation. Some faculties choose to be long quizzes once in a month, like 45 to 50-minute quiz. Some faculties are going for assignments. You do assignments, and then their marks are considered. And some faculties are also going for one final end term project, that you work throughout the semester for that project, submit that at the end, and you will get marks according to that. Some faculties are giving us paper presentation marks. So it is distributed throughout your work during the semester, and then it is calculated for the final evaluation. This is majorly the evaluation criteria what we are considering.
Okay. But you do have case studies that are discussed in your curriculum, I mean, on a theory basis.
Yeah, there are various subjects which need very a case study based approach. For example, we have a subject known as marketing research. Now there you need to be working on case studies like marketing management also. Marketing is majorly on case studies, like what has happened in the past. What Apple case we are discussing. We are discussing BMW Roadster case. How it there are two sides of case study as well. Some of the cases are succeeded in their work. So what went right, some of them are not succeed, as Apple iPhone case, Apple iPhone 5, which was not that much success for Apple. So what went wrong in that? So in this way we get to learn these case studies majorly in marketing. Finance also, we get to learn about case studies. For example, we had the case study of Satyam scam, to understand what people can do wrong.
Right.
So how what things can go wrong in accounting things. So in this way, case study is important. Many subjects consider case studies alongside the theoretical concepts they teach us.
Okay. All right. Anything about the committees and their working? So, which all different committees do you have in your college?
Okay. Clubs and committees are very integral part of any MBA college, any B school for that matter. In VGSOM, we have a small batch. If we consider compared to other B schools, VGSOM only has 90 to 100 batch. Our seniors was of 120 students, so batch strength is low, but still we manage very well at the clubs. We have 5 committees and 12 to 13 clubs. We have increasing per year. We have increasing the number of clubs. Like our seniors also added one more club to our fraternity. The committees I like to mention are, the first is placement committee, which is responsible for corporate connect of the college, which is the face of the college to the corporate, and responsible for the placements of the students as well, and get them opportunities for internships as well. Another I want to mention is corporate and media interaction cell, which is the face of VGSOM to the outside world, like managing their websites. Anything comes on social media about VGSOM, it is managed by them. Then their responsibility is to get the guest lectures, to increase the interaction of students with the industry experts, good people from industry to interact with the students we have. Next is alumni committee. Alumni committee generally works with the alumni of IIT Kharagpur and VGSOM as well. VGSOM has 28 years history, so the alumni are very well settled in good companies. So interacting with them is the work of alumni committee. Admissions committee, as we all know, they're responsible for the admissions of each batch. And we have a committee, that's Purvodaya Core Committee. Purvodaya is the flagship event of VGSOM, annual event, and the core committee is responsible for every background work and the smooth functioning of the event annually. Alongside these committees, we have clubs such as academics clubs, which are supply chain and operations club known as Scope, then marketing and advertisement club, then entrepreneurship cell, Finterest for finance, then consulting club. We have a very unique club known as Drishti Capital, which works on students to understand how stock market works and help student to learn the concept which jargons of stock markets which we don't generally know the jargons, and also help students to get tricks and tips to invest in the stock market. Alongside that, we have a quiz club, flash club, sports committee, which is very important in IIT Kharagpur with such a huge campus. In online, we're struggling a bit in the sports committee to conduct events in online mode, but we are trying our best. Alongside that, we have a Samanjasya Club, which is a CSR club of VGSOM Student Council, which helps the society to give back. In the online mode, which has helped us that the students are at their homes. We have students from every corner of the country. So Samanjasya, which is CSR club, helped people in the COVID times. Every students also went outside their homes and tried to help as far as we can through our students, and not from any donations, through our students. So that is very recommendable work done by Samanjasya Club. Then other clubs we are doing is Development Society, what I wanted to mention, that started this year to help students to develop their skills and help them to prepare for the corporate world. So these are majorly the clubs and committees I'll mention. Yeah.
Lots of clubs and lots of committees, especially for a very small batch size of 100 students, I must say.
Yeah, yeah, that helps us because I am also working in 3 clubs and committee, and what that gives us a chance to if you are working in corporate, it's not that you will work on one project at one time. There will be various projects going on simultaneously. You will be working with different teams, and this gives us a training. When we are working in 2 or 3 clubs, you are handling various events at the same time with different teams. So in this way, we get a chance to learn how you should prioritize your work and how you should work in different teams at the same time from different events.
Multitasking.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. Any events or competitions that you've been able to participate so far? The exposure to intercollegiate events or competitions?
Events majorly, which I have also mentioned, Purvodaya, which is the flagship event of VGSOM, which is an amalgamation of various events, very small events by other clubs. Then Springfest is the flagship event of IIT Kharagpur. We are also a part of that. So we participate in Springfest also, which went online this year. Both of the events went online this year. Then there are various events by each club. Each club tries to give competitions and events, 2 or 3 competitions and events per semester. So we participate in that. Some of the events are national level events from our clubs, and some of are for VGSOM specific as well. IIT Kharagpur specific events are also there. Then competitions, various corporate competitions we are participating. This is an integral part of your MBA curriculum as well, that you need to participate in national levels. Some of I like to mention is our seniors team was the national winners for Flipkart Buyer 4.0. So that was a great thing what we have. Then there are various teams from our college which are national finalists for, let us say, what I remember right now is Tata Imagination Challenge, or the Catalyst event by OYO, or Global Management Challenge, L'Oreal Sustainability Challenge, etc. From various, and we are also participating in other events as well, like done by HUL. HUL Lime it is known as. Another is Amazon Case Study Championship, etc. We are doing in various such competitions we are participating.
Wow, lovely exposure. How is the peer interaction happening in the online scenario?
Yeah, honestly, it is a bit challenged in these days. I mentioned that peer interaction is the core of MBA, and this is what is getting challenged due to the online scenario. But again, a part of MBA is to, you just can't define problems and stop there. You have to find solutions to your problems. This is a problem, and people are majorly overcoming this by using informal calls, group calls. And when you are using your teams to work on competitions, these teams only become your friends to interact with. We generally encourage people to form different teams for different competitions. Don't just form one team and use it for every competition you are
Right.
participating in. So that helps us to diverse within the batch to learn. And online scenario has helped a bit, the you are making a team, and you're making efforts for any competition. You have scheduling the meeting, you're taking leadership, you're taking, distributing the task during your team. So these are the core qualities which have not changed. Like taking leadership, working in any team has not changed. The media has changed, obviously, but this is the way we have to right now, and we're not stopped. The COVID pandemic haven't stopped the way of working.
Mhm.
We are finding out solutions around it. Yeah, it is challenged a bit. The efficiency has reduced, obviously, because this is the new scenario we're working. The efficiency is reduced, but people are putting in more effort to overcome that.
Okay. Can you highlight something about the summer internship placement process? How does the process happen?
Okay. The summer internship process we have completed. First of all, I like to mention that we have 100% summer internship for the students, and we had a very good summer internship drive. We have good companies like Accenture Digital, Amazon, Goldman Sachs, HP, ITC, Wipro, Microsoft, Google, PwC, Titan, etc. So these are huge brands we have witnessed, and alongside that, good roles were offered like business development, sales and marketing, financial analysts, or security and financial strategy, inventory planning. We worked on supply chain management and various others as well, like product management, etc. This time the process was completely online, uh, but we didn't face any hiccup at any point. The placement committee has managed it very smoothly, with the coordinating with companies, scheduling it, and working the operations of the process. Generally, the process, I'll say, has not changed that much. Like the first shortlist comes, then you have a GD, and then generally there were two rounds of personal interviews. Sometimes it was higher, it was customized by the company, obviously. Sometimes there are higher numbers of rounds. Sometimes the GD was dropped if the number of applicants are less. The GD was dropped and going directly to personal interview rounds. Some of the companies were a bit innovative for the online mode. They gave us the case study to solve before. After the first shortlist comes, they give us a case study, and you solve that, you submit that, and then the next shortlist or the direct personal interview round comes, and then the questions are asked from that case study as well. That helps us to understand the companies as well, to get an idea about what is the thought process of the person. The answer of the cause Many of the case studies don't have direct answers. This is not a black and white answers. There is a gray area. So they want to understand what is your thought process, how do you understand the problem given in the case study, how you approach it. And this is actually a very great way to understand any company, the thought process of the candidates. So this is an innovative method which I personally witnessed first time in the summer internship process. And alongside that, what helped us that our placement committee was helping us to arrange sessions with our seniors, like the seniors who is already done internship in that particular company. After the first shortlist comes, we have an session with the seniors, because generally there is ample time when the first shortlist comes and the company actually gets the interview done. There is around 4 to 5 days or even more. So during that, we interact with our seniors. We get to know how what are the sort of projects are offered for them, or even their senior batches as well. What are the sort of projects are there? How is the working there? How is the culture in the company? We get to know about everything during that. So that was a very recommendable thing.
That's really nice. I mean, you must have had an idea about what the company expects, what profile you're supposed to fulfill later on once you get placed for the internship project.
Yeah, exactly. What the project you get, what the deliverables are generally,
Right.
how this company expects you to work on. So it really helps us for the process.
Can you tell us about the faculties there? Any specific achievements or specialities of the faculties at IIT Kharagpur?
Faculties, they are really very well qualified faculties we are getting, and many of them are also industry experts. Like they have worked for a number of years in industry, and then get into the field of teaching, and that helps us to get the industry insight, which they have worked so much in their field. So it helps us to understand the insights from the industry. And mentioning some of the they are also doing the research work as well. Most of them are already got doctorates from renowned institutions from India as well as foreign universities. So their research work is also going on. They also help us, and they also tell us what research work they are doing. They also try to incorporate us with their work as well. And the achievements of the faculties are also very well. Some of which I like to mention is like Dr. Abhijit Chandra and Dr. A.K. Mishra from our college were awarded as the Emerald Literati Award 2020. Dr. Rudra Prasad Pradhan was listed as the world's top 2% scientist working on the subfield of economic sciences, and this study was done by Stanford University. Another I'll remember here is Dr. Vimala Rani ma'am, which was awarded as the best PhD thesis in Indian Institute of Science. So these are a few of many achievements they are doing. So we are very lucky to have such faculties with very good qualification and with the subject matter. They are considered as subject matter experts. They go for various conferences, various lectures from for other colleges and other institutions. So we are lucky to have subject matter experts with us to teach us the curriculum.
Absolutely. Any grooming tips you would want to give to the MBA aspirants who will be writing CAT in the upcoming months or who will be preparing for their GE and PI process?
I don't consider myself as how I can give any grooming tips. Just completed 1 year here. But for CAT aspirants as well and producing for I like to give a tip of try to learn as much as you can. The MBA learning starts from the preparation of your CAT exam. That is where you start your journey. You just try to learn as much as you can. The GDPI is just to get you out. Many of the I was also an introvert during that process, but it helped me to work out finally, to open up. It's not bad to be an introvert, but it's needed to open at various points. Wherever you know the things, you have to open up, because it will not be the thing that somebody will come to you and then speak. You have to open up yourselves. And who have the people who are coming to MBA, one advice I'll say, that keep your minds open. What happens is that
I think we have lost you, Mayur. We are unable to hear you. We can't hear you, Mayur. Mayur, I think, can you hear us, Mayur? Yeah. Yes, you're back.
yeah, this is one of the issue again. In the online mode, you lose internet connections,
There are hiccups
you
in between. Yes.
power outage goes on. So ma'am, can you please explain what point
Yeah.
you
So I
heard?
was talking about the grooming tips. You mentioned that you were very much an introvert person, but now you've learned to open up wherever needed because that's the need. I mean, in corporates, you're expected to express yourself, put up your point upfrontly, because nobody's going to come upfront and ask you.
Yeah, that was one of the point. And adding to that, when people are trying to get into MBA colleges, I was saying that keep an open mind
Right.
while coming into the college. Like I'm a mechanical engineer and I worked in supply chain management. So it is a clear way that you will work in operations. You will choose operations.
Hmm.
So that should not be the case, because it is good to be an expert in a particular field, but
Hmm.
it's better if you know basics or an intermediate level of other fields as well. Many times people do that, I am doing operations, so I will not participate in any case study competition which is on marketing or finance or even HR. So that should not be the case. Keep your minds open to learn things. There are various fascinating things about marketing, finance, HR. You will learn there if you keep your minds open. In the first semester, you will have subjects from all domains. So try to learn these concepts, get into basics or even intermediate level. Nobody is telling to get the expertise in each domain, but try to get at least basics, because you're doing in business. Every business works with all domains all together, coordinating in the team. So when you're working in any business development cases, these are very good to understand overall domain of the business, how it works.
That's right.
So I'll say keep your mind open. This is the tip I'll say.
One last question, Mayur. any certifications or any preparations a student can take before joining an MBA college?
Okay, as such, there is no need of directly doing any specific certification as far as I remember. There are various certifications available as well, like Six Sigma, etc. But again, I say that focus on your learnings majorly rather than getting and certification. Certification always helps, but these are not the sole things you have to do. Try to learn from various platforms available right now. There are various platforms like YouTube also is there. There is Coursera, Udemy. You want to learn as far as you can. And one thing I'll advise people to learn on, get an idea about analytics, because what we have seen right now is analytics is penetrating in every field. You will keep learning the words like hearing the words like marketing analytics, supply chain analytics, financial analysis is always been there. So analytics is penetrating in every field. There is no need of hardcore coding, I'm saying. Just understand how analytics works. And I'm not saying that learn analytics as a subject is compulsory. Learn analytics as a sense. Learn analytics as a trait of your personality. To get understand whenever a problem is thrown at you, try to analyze what are the ways of it, what are the causes of it. You will have thousands of solution in front of you. Analytics will help you, the analytics mindset will help you to filter that solution which will be the best for us. So this mindset needs to be developed, and there are various ways to do that. Not exactly any specific certification is needed, but learn to hone that skill of analytics, which I'll say.
Okay. Thank you, Mayur. So that sums up almost every bit of the journey of 1 year. And I think this video should be definitely useful to the students who are looking at IIT as one of the benchmarks to pursue their MBA, and especially who are looking out for MBA in operations, particularly the people who are from the core domain. Thanks a lot, Mayur.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for joining with us.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. I'll be very happy to even know if any single person gets any help from whatever I said. That will be great. It's my pleasure you invited me to ask questions and present myself here. Thank you,
Thank,
ma'am.
thanks a lot.